A sacred yearning lingered in his trace, the worship of a presence and a power too perfect to be held by death-bound hearts, the prescience of a marvelous birth to come. Yes, the omniscient goddess would come down and take charge of this earthly process. There was the aspiration from the soul of the earth. There was the worshipping prayer offered to the omniscient goddess. There was a possibility of her coming down to the mortal world and staying here in the mortal world. The possibility of her coming down and staying here in the mortal world. Still, the spaces were not ready enough for her feet because she would not come. The gods too would stay back. If she cannot stay here, then the gods also will not be in a position, will not stay here without her. Because she would not come, gods too would stay back. And unless the gods awake, things cannot proceed further. Her coming alone would not be sufficient without their following her. Only in her coming will they awake. The night was too thick, and she shut the earth from the sky. This night shut the earth from the sky, and the result was the immortal, the omniscient goddess. She withdrew. She found that the darkness was too much for her, and the gods would not be able to awake and do the work here. So she withdrew. The vision stood in the sky. The prophetic gleam, yes, it had arrived. Even common things had become bright. Things had changed. But the prophetic gleam withdrew. The vision withdrew. The omniscient goddess withdrew. She went back as if she was an unwelcome guest. Things were not ready enough for her to do her work here in this mortal creation. The night was too thick. However, futile was not entirely her coming, the coming of the omniscient goddess. She came, she would not stay here, but as she withdrew, something remained behind, something lingered behind, a trace of glory, a long, low line of hesitating hue. Something stayed behind in her wake. There was always worship to the divine being and to the divine force, the presence and the power. To them, the worship was constantly being offered. To the divine soul and to the divine force, worship was being offered. Yes, they are too great, they are too perfect to belong to the death-bound world of ours, to the death-bound souls, to this mortality. That lingering trace still left a hope behind. It is that hope which could perhaps carry things forward. The foreknowledge of a marvelous birth could be seen in that lingering trace. Marvelous birth to come, his foreknowledge was there in that lingering tree. How? Perhaps it is not known, but that lingering trace, the goddess has come. She had come here not for nothing. She left that hope, that marvel of the new birth which could appear here. How? That would be the wisdom of the omniscient goddess. It is in her wisdom she withdraws. It is in her wisdom she leaves the seeds of that marvelous birth here in this creation. In her wisdom and in her force, things would happen. She had gone back. Yes, she returned, the omniscient goddess. She returned, but that would not mean that there won't be the new birth. The hope was there, the lingering trace was there, and that could be the focus for a new activity, for a new thing to happen. How? It is in her wisdom that she knows what was going to happen. She came, she wanted to stay here, the gods would follow her, but nothing happened. She went back. Although she went back, a lingering trace remained here, the lingering trace of her glory. And that glory was the pregnant seed of a future of a marvelous birth to come. That was the certainty. And that is the gain, so to say, at this point of her coming and standing on the horizon of this mortal creation.